Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Drive Thru. I'm your host, Tony T, with you here Tuesday through Saturday, giving out live free picks. And of course, our goal on the Drive Thru is to get you 6 picks from 6 cappers. And make sure you guys hit that like, that subscribe. Greatly appreciate that. It really helps to build up our audience. So let's get the Drive Thru underway. Let's welcome in Shane Mickle. You'll find him over at Pick Dogs Premium. Shane, what's happening?
How's it going, Tony? First NFL game of the season tonight. I'm very excited about that one too.
Yep, very good as well. That's right. We'll have coverage on the Drive Thru on that one as well. Cowboys and Eagles here to open up the NFL season. But we'll start the Drive Thru here with Major League Baseball here. Divisional battle between the White Sox and Twins. We see the Twins here open around $1.52, total 8.5.
Yeah, it feels like we're in the part of the season. College football's in full swing, NFL's in full swing. Baseball, you kind of wonder what some of these teams are playing for. But don't sleep on baseball this time of the season. There's still value, and I think there's some here on this White Sox Twins game. I think I've said it before in the Drive-Thru before, and if I haven't said it, I've said my premium picks. I have no interest in the Twins full game, just because they trade away every decent piece of arm at the trade deadline in their bullpen. But there's still value. It found value in the first 5 innings, and I think that's the case here. Taj Bradley struggled his first couple starts with the Twins, but he finally looked better in his last start, going 5 innings, giving up one run, and of course the Twins bullpen did what they usually do and blew it for him. But that doesn't take away from what he did. And if we take the bullpen out of the equation, we know Taj Bradley will probably go 5 or 6 innings in this game. I think he has another good start. He's facing a White Sox offense that's inconsistent at best, and I think this game they really struggle. I think we'll take the Twins here, first 5 innings on the money line.
Yeah, we go with Shane here. Twins first 5 money line, because nobody knows Twins better than you up there, up in that area. Really a disappointing year. Just again, ownership just kind of stingy. They're getting the money out to bring in talent.
Yeah, I mean, the most frustrating part about it is these young guys that have been called up. They've been hitting. I mean, their offense has been fine since the trade deadline. And if they had a decent back end of the bullpen and a few more of those pieces, you kind of wonder. Obviously, they were basically out of contention at the point when they made the trade. But yeah, it's frustrating because early in the season it was the Twins bats that were struggling. The pitching was fine, and now of course they trade away all the pitching and the bats are fine. So it's been frustrating. But yeah, in this game, like I said, you take away the bullpen out of the equation. Taj Bradley's been fine, and I think there's value here.
All right, we got Shane here. Twins money line. First 5 in this one, 7:40 Eastern time. All right, Shane, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs Premium here for tonight's action. Of course, NFL kicks us off. Baseball on the board, as well as the W. What you got going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Yeah, it'll be a pretty typical Thursday for me. I got some baseball up there. I have that first NFL play of the season, and then of course I've got WNBA. It's a sport I've been strong in this year, and I'll continue the success with this package. 3 plays. Top NFL, top WNBA, top MLB, $49.99. Or no better time to hop on that long-term pass. We got NFL, college football, WNBA still going. I have CFL, just because the NFL season started. CFL has been still going strong. So no better time to hop on that long-term pass, and we can make some money together.
That's right. Got to Shane Mickle over at Pick Dogs Premium. Remember the promo code PICK at checkout will save you that 15% off, and get on board with Shane right now at Pick Dogs Premium. Link in the description will land you here. You'll find Shane here. Hit the Premium tab, hit the Cappers tab, and get signed up. All right, Shane, as always, great having the show. Have yourself a great evening. We'll catch up with you again next week.
Sounds good. Have a good weekend, everyone.
You as well. Shane Mickle here on the Drive Thru. All right, let's continue here on the Drive Thru. NFL coverage here for the big Thursday game with Big Al McMordie. Let's welcome Big Al here to the Drive Thru. Big Al, what's going on?
Not much. Traveling today, so I apologize for the horrendous lighting in this hotel room.
Yes, Big Al traveling. We're filming this in advance, and as we film, we've seen a bit of a line move here. We're going to cover Cowboys, Eagles Thursday night football to open it up here. We've seen the Eagles now move up to 9-point favorites here, total 47.5.
Yeah, I mean, this is kind of a simple handicap, Tony, for week 1. A lot of people, all they do is look back to the previous year, but they look at it the wrong way. They see the teams that were good last year, they see the teams that were bad last year, and then their knee-jerk reaction, of course, is to want to bet on the teams that did well last year. But in game 1, if you go all the way back to 1994 and you take a look at how losing teams do versus winning teams, so of course Dallas had a losing record last year, Philadelphia had a winning record last year. Well, our losing teams, when they match up against winning teams from the year before in game 1, the losing teams have gone 103 and 66 ATS. And then, as you mentioned, this point spread's all the way up to 9 points. So if you segment the underdogs in that set that were getting +9 or more, now you're 24 and 9 ATS going back to 1994. So we'll grab the points with the Cowboys.
Yeah, with Big Al here, Cowboys here, plus the 9 here against the Eagles. Of course, Big Al, kind of describe to some of the new viewers about your style of handicapping, if you can, keeping it simple if possible.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a situational handicapper, so I think most people, when they think of handicappers, they think of statistical. And a statistical handicapper is going to look at things like yards per play in football. They'll look at, for example, they may have a model that assigns certain values to certain players based on, their stats. So, if they're out of a game, if they're injured, then they'll take away certain values. That's statistical handicapping. I'm a situational handicapping. I really don't care about the players or the coaches or the schemes or any of that kind of stuff. What I'm looking for is how do teams react universally. As we just kind of went over, we looked at how losing teams from the year before react, versus winning teams. So that's kind of the thing I'm interested in. Not really statistics per se, but more situations. As the season gets going, I'll look at stuff like, how do teams react off blowout wins, off blowout losses, off 3-game win streaks, off anything your head can think of. I'm looking at from a situational standpoint, and that's how I handicap.
There with Big Al. All right, here to open it up here. Cowboys +9 against the Eagles, 8:20 Eastern time over on NBC. All right, Big Al, let's take a look over at Pick Dog Premium here for this Thursday card of action. Of course, Big Al putting up great numbers over at Pick Dog Premium over the past 12 months. 11,733 units of profit. That's based on $100 unit wager size. What you got going over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Well, we are recording this on Tuesday for Thursday. So I know what I have on Wednesday. I do not yet know what I have as we record this call, but I will have 10 by the time this video is published on Thursday. We'll have 10 college football plays loaded at Pick Dogs for Saturday. So there you go. But as far as Thursday baseball or Thursday WNBA, I have no idea yet.
To be determined there. So check out the handicap page from Big Al. You can see the great results from Big Al over the past 12 months. Get on board with Big Al over at Pick Dogs. Remember the promo code PICK at checkout will save you that 15% off. Long-term subscriptions are the way to go with Big Al. And of course, you want to do that because Big Al has been documented for quite a while, and you can verify those numbers going to his handicapper page. All right, Big Al. Also over at Pick Dogs, you have a special all access for those big bettors out there.
Yeah, and if folks are interested, you do get all the plays. For example, I've got 10 college football plays on Saturday, and you'll get the ratings attached to them so you know which plays are the stronger of the 10. Just text Big Al to 702-769-0404.
All right, Big Al, get on board there. It's within your budget with Big Al with that all access. All right, that'll do it for this edition with Big Al. We'll talk to you guys soon. Let's continue here on the Drive Thru. Up next, Rod Zawacky. You'll find him over at Pick Dogs Prim with Major League Baseball coverage here today here on the show. Rod, what's happening?
Not too much, Tony. Hey, it's Thursday, so hey, we're about to kick off the NFL season as well here on Thursday. So hey, it's that time of year we're starting to slowly see the trickle back of these sports. So exciting time of year. Can't wait. Love having overlapping seasons to find you winners where we can look at the WNBA play one day, next day we can look at the college play, next day we can look at an NFL play. Hey, love this time of year, so I'm excited, Tony. Let's find these fine folks a nice winner here on this Thursday slate.
Let's do it. We move over to Major League Baseball. First game on the board here for Thursday here for Eastern time. We have the Brewers hosting the Phillies. We've seen the Phillies open about $1.22. Total sits here at 7.5.
Yeah, definitely that total 7.5 caught my eye because we've seen the first game of this series was a 10-8 game, right? Big high-scoring matchup, but with good reason that this is at a 7.5. You got Freddie Peralta on the bump for this Brewers squad, and man, has he been dealing. His last 5 starts been absolutely pitching lights out. He's got 1 earned run that he's given up in those 5 starts, as I mentioned. He's got 4 wins. Surprisingly, that those aren't 5 wins. It's just his squad in that game just struggled to give him some run support. It wasn't his doing. He went 5 innings, lost to the Giants late in the bullpen type of thing. One of those random things. But they've won 4 of Freddie's last 5 starts. As I said, he's only given up 1 run. And then looking at the other side on the bump for the Phillies, you got to give it to Ranger Suarez as well, because he's been rolling along. His last 3 starts of the Phillies have got the win in those games, and he's given up 3 earned runs in those where he's went 6 innings, 7 innings, 5 innings. I think you got yourself a solid pitcher's duel to kick it off. But then you throw it to the bullpens. It's been close. You look at the Brewers all season long, sub 4 ERA for this Brew Crew's bullpen. And then when you throw it to the Phillies bullpen, out on the road, I don't trust them as much. They're sporting an over 4, like a 4.68 ERA on the road this season. And then offensively, I give the lead to the Brew Crew, the way them bats have been hot. So in a coin flip price the game, I like Freddie here on the bump. As I said, he's only given up 1 run. I think he can go a solid 5-6 innings here in this matchup, and then throw it to the bullpens. I think the Brewers bullpen does plenty enough to shut down the Phillies and bring home that win. Give me the Brew Crew here in this one on Thursday.
All right, Rod, here on the Brewers here, minus 122 here against Phillies. One thing with the home road here, we've seen this Brewers team really the second half of the season really collect the wins at home.
Definitely. That's what the Brew Crew has been doing second half of the year. Arguably, probably the hottest team in the second half of the MLB this season. Since that All-Star break, as you alluded to, just rolling right along, plugging their way into the playoffs. Now let's just see if they can finish the playoffs. It's going to be exciting to see the Brew Crew doing it. Solid pitching, getting some run production as well. They've scored some runs in this second half as well. So I think they can do enough scoring here to get us this win over. In what should be a good duel. But I think Ranger Suarez gives up just that touch more, and the Brewers get the lead, and they hang on and get us the win here on Thursday. Let's get the Brewers here in this one.
All right, here, Brewers.
And for Brewers fans, I hope they do have a nice, successful playoffs. But we'll see. That's yet to be proven.
All right, Rod here on the Brewers, minus 122. This one, a start time of 4:10 p.m. Eastern time. All right, Rod, let's take a look over at Pick Dog for the action on Thursday. NFL returns here with Cowboys and Eagles, plus action on the W, action from baseball. What do you have for sale over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Now for me, over Pick Dogs Premium, I'll have 2 plays for you. I got 1 in the MLB, my MLB play of the day. Hey, we started the week strong with it, so definitely check that out. I'll be my play of the day in the MLB, and then I'll have 1 for you on that Sunday night NFL play as well. So 2 plays rolling here on the Thursday. Smaller slate going here on Thursday to kick it off. They kind of cleared the way, let the NFL take the center stage. So I'll have a play for you of that. But hey, it's a Thursday, so I think the Thursday is the best way to grab that 3-day pass. That way you get everything I got going Thursday, you get Friday, you get Saturday, and I'll throw in that Sunday NFL for you as well with that 3-day pass. So that is the way to go. Scoop up that 3-day pass here on the Thursday, and that will turn into a 4-day pass for you. And hey, take advantage of that 2-for-1, 3-for-1, 4-for-1 capper promotional as well, because you can't go wrong having multiple cappers putting money into your pockets and build that bankroll. What you're doing, don't forget, pick a checkout as well, 15% off. But hey, definitely jump aboard with me. Let's have a big kickoff weekend in the NFL. I'm excited for it. Can't wait.
Strike out with Ron Striking over at Pick Dog Shrimp. Remember the promo Pick at checkout. We'll save you that 15% off. Link in the description. You get on over to the premium side and get signed up. All right, Rod, as always, great having you show. Have yourself a good evening. We'll catch up with you later.
Definitely have yourself a good evening, everyone. Enjoy it. Catch you again soon.
Rod Zawacky here on the Drive Thru. Let's continue here on the Drive Thru. Up next, we got Matt Fargo. You'll find his premium plays over at Pick Dog Shrimp, top unit producer in Major League Baseball. So we're going to get a baseball picker from Matt. Matt, what's going on?
Hey, Tony. How you doing, buddy?
Doing great. All right, here we go. Major League Baseball here. Of course, it's football, but we got the football covered. We're going to the baseball with Matt. The Dodgers and Pirates continue their series here. Pretty good pitching matchup in this one. Dodgers open about $1.30, total 110.
Yeah, I'm going to take a look at the Pirates here. I mean, the Dodgers have been kind of underwhelming all season long. Overall, they were, I believe their win total was over 100. They're not going to come close to that this year. But they really struggle on the road. They're dominant at home. They've lost 8 of their last 11 on the road going into Wednesday. They're 1 game under 500. And they're down over 17 units. And that just tells you how overvalued they have been on the highway. And, that's a problem come playoff time, because right now, they trail the Brewers by 7, and they could be ended up playing 2 playoff series, without the home field. So this could be an issue going forward. Blake Snell, he made 2 early starts, then got hurt. He was on the IL for about 4 months, a little over 4 months. He'll be fresh for the playoffs, which is good, but right now, he's in a spot, I think a tough spot. He has struggled on the road, like the team has as a whole. He has a 3.75 ERA on the road, which isn't horrible, but compared to a 1.78 ERA in 5 home starts, it's a pretty big difference. So we're going to take a look at the Pirates here, who are having another rough year, but of course that comes down to their play on the road, which has been putrid. They have the 3rd worst road record in baseball, behind Colorado and the Chicago White Sox. But at home, they're 10 games over 500. Plus 10 units, and we're catching Paul Skeens at plus money at home. And anytime you get him at plus money at home, it's a sure take. He has a 1.65 ERA and a 0.85 WHIP in 13 home starts, with an 85-14 strikeout to walk ratio. And in those 13 games, the Pirates are 9-4, and they won 7 straight. So we're going to take a shot with the Pirates on Thursday at the underdog price.
There you go. We got Matt here on the Pirates here, plus 110 here against the Dodgers. Dodger team that's been struggling. They got the runs in the opener of the series, but they could not get the pitching. It was Kershaw had some tough luck there. Tailstar couldn't get to a fly ball with the bases loaded. That's going to happen. But again, it's been up and down. The bullpen's up and down with LA. Of course, someone that's missing from their lineup that will be going into some rehab training shortly, and they'll need very much, will be, looks like Muncy looks to be coming off that injury list pretty soon.
Yeah, they'll definitely need him. I mean, once they get full strength on offense, I think they'll be fine. I really do. In the postseason, we talked about it in the past. These starters aren't going to be going, 7, 8 innings, and they're getting healthier. The starters are, and these starters can go three innings back to back in a game. 3 innings, then they go to the bullpen. I think they'll be fine, even on the road. It'll come around. I really do. This team's too good, to bow out early. I know you're a fan, and I hope you're not too worried yet, but I think they'll be just fine.
We'll see here with the Dodgers here when they get in the postseason. Those short series, right? The first series, best 3, but you have home field in all 3, so that should be interesting to see how that works out here. We got Matt here, Pirates plus 110 against the Dodgers, 6:40 Eastern time. All right, let's take a look over at Pick Dodge for this Thursday card coming up. Football on the docket here. Of course, Major League Baseball as well, a little bit from the W, but you see Matt over the last 90 days, 2,636 units of profit. That's all based on a $100 unit wager size. What do you have going over at Pick Dodge Premium?
Yeah, it's been a great baseball season so far. We have a month left. We're not going to give up, that's for sure. It was a great time. We can find some really good value. I'm an underdog better, and we can find some really good dog bets. So it's a short card for Thursday. We'll have something up eventually. And for football, we have the NFL game up Thursday, Eagles, Cowboys. Well, the big card up for Sunday, we're eyeing 5 games right now. College football, we're off to a 5-5 start. Not great, but week 1 is always a little difficult. We don't have a huge, background with some of these teams, but now we have 1 game under their belts, so now we have some numbers to look at, some situations to look at. So we're looking for a big college football Saturday as well. Looking forward to a great football weekend.
That's right, guys. Get with Matt Fargo over at Pick Dogs. From get on board with his long-term passes. You see the 3, 7, or 30 all sports pass. You get all his premium plays for that time period. Select when you go to his handicapper page, make that purchase. Remember the promo code PICK at checkout will save you that 15% off. Access Matt's page. Just get the link in the description. Land right here on the premium side. Hit the Cappers tab, and you'll be able to find Matt Fargo and get signed up. All right, Matt, as always, great having you on the show. Continue that great success. We'll catch up with you again next week.
Thanks, Tony. Appreciate it. Good luck, everyone.
All right, Matt Fargo here on the Drive Thru. All right, let's continue here on the Drive Thru. WNBA action up next. Joey Tron, you'll find him over at Pick Dogs Stream. Let's bring him right now. Joey, what's going on?
What's going on, Tony? Happy Wednesday. How you doing today?
Doing great, doing great. Looking forward to this Thursday card coming up as we film Thursday for the Thursday games. Got WNBA action here with the Lynx and the Aces. We see the Lynx favored on the road 1. Total sits here at 164.5.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to this game. I'm going with the Aces on the money line here. They're going to be playing with some revenge after getting blown out by the Lynx the last time they played them. They lost by 53. In fact, since that loss, the Aces have won 12 straight and are 8-4 against the spread in that span as well. The Lynx have won 4 or 5, including back-to-back games, but those last two have come against teams sub 500, and I think that's going to haunt them here. The Lynx are 1-2 on the road this season with the spread between +3 and -3, showing that they don't usually have games this close. They're more than likely a double-digit favorite, which really makes me lean even more towards the Aces here. Aces are 3-1 at home this season, revenging a same-season loss, and their defense is in really good shape right now. They've held teams to 40% or less from the field in 4 or 6 games, and the Lynx have had between 13 to 18 turnovers in 4 or 6. And if they have double-digit turnovers here against the Aces, I think that's bad news for them. So I'm going with the Aces on the money line at home.
All right, Joe here on the Aces money line here against the Lynx. The Lynx that's pretty much home and clear here for the number 1 seed. Of course, the Aces locked in here as we film here. 3-way tie for that number 2 seed.
Yeah, and honestly, the Aces have just taken the league by storm. I mean, again, they've won 12 straight since that loss to the Aces to the Lynx, and I'm a Fever fan. I'm sure everyone knows that. So seeing the Aces climb the leaderboard definitely is not fun to watch. But
No.
I think they get it done here.
All right, here we go with Joey here on the Aces here. Money line -105. This one to have a start time here, 10 p.m. Eastern time. All right, let's take a look over at Pick Dog Premium for Thursday action. NFL returns with Cowboys, Eagles, action from baseball, as well as the W. Joey, what you got for sale over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Yeah, my NFL opening day play. It's going to be a total between the Cowboys and the Eagles. I'll be dropping later on tonight. I will also have some WNBA action. I'm on an 80% WNBA run my last few plays, so if you use the code PICK, you'll get 15% off any of those plays as well.
That's right. Get on board with Joey Tron over at Pick Dog Premium. 1 day passes up there. We get those long-term subscriptions as well. With all these sports overlapping, no better time to get on board with Joey Tron over at Pick Dogs Premium. All right, Joey, as always, great having you show. Have yourself a great evening. We'll catch up with you later.
Thanks for having me, Tony. Have a good one.
All right, Joey Tron here on the Drive Thru. And now it's time for my pick. We go to Major League Baseball here for Thursday. Guardians and the Rays in prime time. We see the line here. The Rays $1.34. Guardians take back +116. Total sits here at 8. My pick here is going to be here on the Guardians here at +116 here against Tampa Bay Rays. Logan Allen, he's going to get the start here for Cleveland. And he'll go up against Ryan Pepio here for Tampa Bay. But Tampa Bay has hit only .222 against left-handed starters this year. Cleveland against righty starters this year on the road, 25-23, returning 5.7 units. The Rays at home, losing record this year against left-handed starters, 11-13, losing 5 units. We're going to go ahead and take the Guardians here at the +116. All right, over at Pig Dogs Premium, I'll have a best bet on the board from baseball, as well as plays a package as well for you. I am amongst the leaders in Major League Baseball this year. Now to go over to my handicapper page, hit the link in the description. That'll take you right over here to Pick Dogs Premium. You'll see my name up in the upper right. Click that link and you'll land right here on my handicapper page. You can see the results I've produced here last 30 days, 60, 90, and the past 12 months have been great. You may consider my long-term subscriptions are up there from a 3-day all the way up to a 3rd day and a 1-year all sports pass. Also, my best bet on the board as well for Thursday. So get on board with me over at Pick Dogs Premium. Remember the promo code PICK at checkout. We'll save that 15% off. Match me up with your favorite capper with the multi-capper promotion. All right. That's going to do it for the drive-thru for today. Tune in again tomorrow. More picks from you. Well, we get another NFL game as well as college football on Friday night. So make sure you guys tune in for the show then. Always like and subscribe and give us that thumbs up. Really appreciate it. We welcome your comments. You want to share your picks with us, go ahead and put those in the comments. We appreciate that. That's going to do it for now. I'm Tony T. We'll talk with you guys tomorrow.